Ladies and gentlemen, this is Breaker, and I am back with another replay. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm just going to conveniently hit Shift-O, and boom, there we go. Spoiler-free play. For all you guys know, this could actually not be a replay that I'm casting, but it actually is. So, you know, this is actually basically the next best thing to Invisi casting, if you will. In fact, actual obsing. But let's go ahead and give both players their well overdue introduction. Upper left-hand corner, belonging to the Echo team, I give you all Ichimaruu. Yes, Ichimaruu. Lower right-hand corner, spawning is our blue Zerg. His name is Tropa. Now, if I may for just a moment, the Japanese name on Ichimaruu just kind of throws me off a little bit. It makes me think of the player who had extraordinarily good performance at the North American WCS qualifier, and it just so happened that sometime before the beta was terminated that he was discovered to be using map hacks on the ladder. For that, he lost his invitation to the MLG Winter Arena that happened in Dallas. He also lost his sponsorships, he lost his employment to the best of my knowledge, and it just, it just kind of sucked. I mean, talent working its way up the ladder, but then when you're caught with map hacks, it's a completely different story. But here we go. I believe the player was also a Terran as well. And if you guys will just pardon me for a minute, I'm trying my best not to fall asleep. So here we go. The refinery is about to finish up for what looks like our red Terran. And the question is he going to have a Reaper out or not? That's, the Reaper is the new standard. If you guys aren't learning Reaper opening, then I hate to say it, but it's like you're still driving the Model T. I mean, sure, it looks nice, but it doesn't have the performance of any Ford truck, any modern Ford truck. Except for perhaps it'll outperform the Ford truck in pollution emissions, and that's about it. Drone comes up here, and it has no way of getting in. The Reaper is in production as expected, rather standard play from both players. Again, Tropa. Well, looks like we got a few minutes to cover. I mean, well, I hope if Ichimaruu doesn't mind, or actually, I think Ichimaruu was the uploader. I hope if the uploader doesn't mind, I guess I could just get to what's happening now. World Cyber Games, I'm gonna have a chance to cast that in the near future, but I kind of feel like it's kind of downsizing, if you will. And by downsizing, I mean taking it down to casters that are not formally invited. There was, at the Battle.net World Championships before WCG this year, there was, Tasteless and I believe Caldor both went to it. Yeah, not a bad duo. Not a bad casting duo. Ooh! Oh my god. Oh, that was such a beautiful save on the drone, but oh, this guy is not gonna be saved. Poor guy. And combat drugs get activated. Leaks pop just in time, but no, it's just... All we're going to see is an Infinikite, essentially, and that's about it. And it looks like behind us, Ichimaruu may be throwing down a third command center soon. Maybe. Just look at all the minerals floating here. I mean, these guys aren't Masters League players, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them making mistakes here and there, but, Come on, floating 400 minerals. There is a second Reaper in the mix, by the way. Alright, so... looks like we're going to have Metabolic Boost finishing up relatively soon. I want to say that we kind of have Ichimaruu in what appears to be a sticky situation, and now we actually have a significant number of links out on the map for Tropa right now. Here we go, one Reaper gets chased down, second Reaper gets taken down, and now workers are being destroyed at the natural. Choke as well as no exception. First couple Hellions come out, and they will be dealing with the Zerglings here. But the question is, what kind of a follow-up are we going to see here? Is this what you would call an all-in? I mean, three command center opening. The question is, if BK Tropa had actually known from the beginning this was going to be a 3 command center opening, would he have perhaps, say, tried a legitimate all-in with a Baneling Nest and all that good stuff thrown into it? Or, I think right now what we see is pretty standard. He's actually doing pretty good kind of pressure, if you will. Sort of a contain, soft contain, definitely soft contain. And it looks like both players are going to kind of break away now. Of course, this seems to be a bio follow-up coming from Tropa as well. He's also going for stim right now. He's cranking out Marines. I need to highlight that the most important part that lets us know that he's going bio is the fact that he's actually going for the, not just the stim, but also the double engineering base right here. I mean, like, you're gonna need the armor and the attack upgrades, obviously, and the only way you can get Marine engineering base will only give Marine and Marauder upgrades. That's it. Anything that comes out of they'll give upgrades to anything that comes out of a barracks, essentially. So yeah, there they are, getting cranked out 2 at a time. Common sense. Roachhorn going down now from Tropa. This could get dicey. You know what? I'm pretty sure. You know, I'm thinking. Hold up. At the same time, we see the layer tech going down. We see a Roachhorn as well. And Ichimaruu goes in, sees there's no third at the 8-minute mark. So this to him is screaming volumes now. This says, okay, well now my Zerg opponent is getting ready to kill me. That's not entirely untrue. Look at this. Gleo Reconstitution in research right now. Double evolution chambers coming down behind this, so I'm thinking perhaps see missile and carapace upgrades, but even that I'm a little doubtful of. I'm thinking it's more likely that we're going to see melee and carapace upgrades that would help towards the late game to the end game. But I mean it certainly is helpful towards Ultralists in the late game. I see very few Zerg players using Broodlords, of course. Even if he did have melee upgrades, those would help the Broodlings out just a little bit, like nibbling away at the feet of whatever giant doors they may be chomping down on. Creep has yet to be thoroughly spread, but it's being worked on by Tropa. It really is. You know, both players going at it as best they can, and I think Ichimaru's got a fairly good read into this. He knows what's up, and he's got 2 barracks with tech labs on them. He knows that there's no third, and essentially what we see from Tropa is, I think, an overly extended period of time where he has not attacked or not tried to do all-in damage. And by all-in damage, you know, I mean, this is it. I think he's gonna... He's going into a trap that's just far too well defended, I think. Sure, there's only a couple of Marauders, but look at all the Hellbats and the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines are capable of doing massive splash damage to the Roaches if we just look at it the way it is right now. No, here we are, Tropa. It's getting ready to move in, and that is an excellent spread on the Widow Mines. I mean, sure, they're going to cause splash damage to each other left and right. They really are. And there's a lot of Overseers here, and the Overlords are actually going to go in there and try and trip those Widow Mines. A small group of Roaches goes in as well. And this is actually looking rather dire for Ichimaruu right now. Yellow Health Marines, there are no medevacs out now. The Overseers are actually helping him dish out all the damage he can on the Widow Mines. And it looks like we're actually going to see, you know, a significant number of SCP kills, but there's so many Marauders here at the same time, and the Marauders can outrange the Roaches, even if they can't, you know, even if there's not enough to kill them all 1-for-1. Marauders, yellow health. Oh, the Roaches are still streaming in. Orbital Command at the natural, still standing. 2 Marauders, 1 being healed now. Hero Marauder being healed by a medevac, not being targeted down by Tropa. And I just want to highlight for a moment, I want to check and see how many workers killed that was. Holy hell, 26. This is, you know, Tropa's done the damage that he needs to really win this, I think. But the question is, where's it going to go from here? Is he going to back up? Is he going to, you know, overcommit? There's a lot of resources lost already for our Terran player. And right now, it seems that with his current economic situation, he can only crank out 3 to 6 Marines at a time. He's got 2 Marauders as well in the production as well. And Widow Mine's coming out in plentiful. And BKT Tropa's, excuse me, attack has kind of lost its steam for now. I think that is highly due to the fact that we have +1 Carapace, +1 armor. Excuse me, not due to the upgrades, but rather due to the fact that he was temporarily supply blocked in. basically what happens when you throw Overseers at Widow Mines. And Overlords at Widow Mines, excuse me. 149 supply to 73. This is actually, you know, I want to say this, if there's any time for him to push in and kill, it would definitely be right now. But he's definitely got to worry about these 4 Marauders. He's got to target them down. He's trying to hug them. He's trying to hug all the bio here that he can. I don't know if this is going to pan out or not, you know. The Widow Mines, oh my god, the damage is just too much. He's actually pushing back quite well, and by he I mean Ichimaruu. Look at the income, and beyond that, miraculously, he is just, you know, oh god, I just don't know what to say. The income says, basically, it tells the story. We can't have 5 drones pulled from each of these hatcheries, one at the main, the one at the natural, and put it on the 3rd, and that would possibly alleviate the income trouble that we kind of see right now. Burrow being researched, Baneling Nest going down as well. And +1 missile and Carapace still, you know, still getting worked on. I want to say if this was meant to be a timing, I actually could not see it getting pulled together correctly. Lots of Marauders, lots of Marines, they are 1-1. +2 is in research right now for Ichimaruu. And let's just highlight the income for a moment now. 400 minerals, 400 Vespine gas. That's kind of the more important resource at any given time for Terran, unless they're just going to go straight up Widow Mine Marine. I do want to say that, you know, Widow Mine Marine, it's not going to work out against straight up roaches, but if we just check the damage that was done, you know, again, 32 SCVs to 68 drones. We see Tropa in winning fashion already. It's just that to see him win this, he's going to have to, I feel, switch unit compositions. There's a hefty deal of splash damage dealing units here that would come in the form of Widow Mines and Marauders. They don't do splash damage, but they're capable of tanking a lot of damage from Banelings as well as roaches. Supply difference overall, if we just check the army count. I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. Army count, bringing it to 80 supply. Yeah, okay, so we see Tropa with a significant lead. And he's actually ready to intercept this drop that's coming his way, but the biggest problem that I see from this is he's leaving Lings. The Lings have no offensive upgrades, they simply have Carapace. There are 2 Banelings getting ready to intercept this drop as well as a Spore Crawler. I don't know, how's this gonna work out? Looks like we actually have Tropa, excuse me, not Tropa, but rather Ichimaruu, Tropa as well, microing the units that are at this section. Looks like they did just get a message on Facebook. It's possibly regarding the ASL or something thereof. There's been a little bit of shock in between, but yeah. Going on with what's actually happening in game right now. +1 melee attacks being upgraded, and we have Hive Tech on the way. Not quite yet, but it looks like, Tropa's going into a base trade scenario with Ichimaruu, and that is a lot more massacred SCVs. I think, you know, Tropa is completely oblivious to this 3rd right here. Burrowed Baneling landmines in case he was to come under attack from the rear. Well, it looks like BK Tropa is now no longer oblivious to what's happening here, and he knows that, you know, Ichimaruu is going all in with the kill for right here. I mean, if he loses the natural, that would be huge, I think. But there's also a lot of idle drones in the 3rd, excuse me, in the main. And Ichimaruu, you know, telling the story from his perspective, it's just, oh my god, he's getting everything he should. You know, he's making all the kills he should. He just got a queen for free. Got a ton of drones just now that were basically being clicked out to a mineral line at the 3rd. It just didn't, you know, work out in the end. Didn't pan out. All these overlords are being pulled back, and I'm not entirely sure why. Looks like the layer's gonna fall. And we're going to have the 4th base finish up, but we're not going to have any tech here from Tropa for a while. If we check the supply count right now, army supply, it is, you know, I think it's at a feasible count right now, at least for our Zerg. He just has to be extremely careful with his micro. He's got a lot of roaches. He's also got to be extremely careful with the positioning of his units when they go into engage. The Widow Mines, of course, are capable of dealing out a whole hell of a lot of damage. Random barracks out here. I'm a little curious as to why. There's a tech lab as well. And behind all of this, if we just focus on the present situation at hand, wow. Vehicle weapons being upgraded and all things. Interesting choice. Well, we still have a couple of extractors here. for BK Tropa. Oh, but this is almost completely unwise, I feel. Do we have any overseers here? Do we? We have no overseers. We have no detection for our Zerg. So those Widow Mines are going to be extremely critical if we can ever find out where they are. I'm sorry, it looks like 2 of them are in the main, and yep, here we go. The main battle is going down here. The Marauders are still alive, guys. I didn't mean to ignore that at all. The Marines are all that's left presently. And wow, if we see him come back from this, if we see, you know, Ichimaruu come back from this. Oh my god, the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines are the one things that are keeping him alive right now. I don't know, I'm thinking this could be taken into a draw if we see both of our players play this out correctly. But then again, there's no detection for our Zerg. Oh, but what's this? Do we have... Oh, the Planetary Fortress, excuse me, the Orbital Command at the Natural is still alive. But if we see these Banelings detonate just correctly, we see that the Widow Mines are going to survive. But at the same time, we also have Ichimaruu going to move on to our fully exposed Zerg. He's going to kill all the extractors one at a time. This is... Oh, man, I don't know what to make of this. Ouch! And now the army supply is getting increasingly lower. As long as we see this orbital command here, we're not going to see Ichimaruu in a position where he's going to lose this game. I mean, he's got virtually everything that's a part of his base here will not be, if you will, revealed as long as he's there. We built this base and no longer being revealed. Well, where on earth do we have a hatchery in production? Looks like this answers my question. This is going to be one of those crazy games, guys. I can tell already. Just look at this. I mean, we got both players playing essentially a game of cat and mouse, or, if you will, hidden chess. But, oh, this, of all things, screams volumes to me. We actually have potential to get 200 supply from Tropa, and he has to be extremely careful with those Widow Mines. Simultaneously, from Ichimaruu, it's going to come down to the micro. He's going to have to, you know, be extremely careful with that as well. It looks like we have... You know, I don't know where to place each player, really. I think eventually what we're going to see is we're going to see production get reestablished for one player or the other. And eventually they will win. 3, 4 Marines here and 2 medevacs. Actually, there's 5 altogether, but they're only stuck in 2. And there's actually... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. No, guys, I'm not saying oh man, I'm saying oh man. Like, here we go. The income right now is about to skyrocket for Ichimaruu. I want to say that, oh shit, this is really bad. Oh my god, we only have 1 drone for Tropa. So if he loses this drone before he's got another 50 minerals, then he is easily done for. Like, I'm serious, guys. Oh shit is just the only word I can use to really describe my feelings and emphasize my feelings towards this game. We also have, oh man, this again. Terran OP, guys. Terran OP. Please take the mules out of the game. This isn't fair. Terran OP. Base rate scenarios, Terran wins. GG. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But I still want to say, oh, okay, well, we actually see Ichimaruu, you know, still in a bit of trouble, regardless of playing the OP race. You know, he's going to be supply blocked for a while. The one thing that I want to see the most here, and that would be super satisfying, is if we could see Tropa burrow some roaches here. Instead, or just 1 or 2. These roaches he's had nearly all game. I want to save these roaches if they were burrowed, it would be even more beautiful. But at the same time, he doesn't want to gamble with losing one of his only 2 drones! Oh my god, this is like nail biting. I just can't say it enough. But of course, I'm hoping that, you know, we can see our Zerg kind of open up his eyes just a little bit more and think, okay, well, there's a reason why he hasn't left the game. If this was a complete and total draw scenario, then he would have already left the game. But there's no Widow Mines here. I want to say that this is completely exposed from Ichimaruu. So what Tropa has to do is he has to open his eyes a little bit more, send some units up to scout, and just find out what's going on here. You don't just stay in the game by keeping a bunch of medevacs that have an unknown number of Marines inside of them hovering over an opponent's hatchery. You win a game by getting your production up eventually, and oh, what is this? Looks like we had something third come this way. Yes, we did, and it looks like we're going to have a small group of roaches going that way to deal with it. There's a bunker on its way over here at the what looks to be like the final base of Ichimaruu. The question is, will it be able to finish in time? Let's find out. Okay, so looks like we had some kind of an engagement here, but we still have more and more drones here for BK Tropa that are on the way. And the roaches are actually focusing on the wrong thing. Oh, kind of, but that Marine, oh, gets inside the bunker just in time. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But at the same time, will he be able to pull out? It's just one Marine inside that bunker. The DPS won't be high enough. And of course, that one roach is able to throw easily, with ease, with supreme ease at that. And oh, but this could actually be bad. There's a scan ready on this orbital command, and it is going down. Now, oh, but where did these marauders come from? Oh, they came from over here, so this is actually going to be the game changer, guys. Hate to say it, but, you know, really it is. Flying buildings OP, then you give them free minerals in the form of mules. Lol. This just in, Blizzard knows how to balance games. Just kidding. Alright, so here we go. It looks like we're actually taking this into the full-blown base trade scenario that we actually didn't want to see BK Tropa doing, and guess what? Ignite Afterburners makes it all the more easy for a Terran to execute. There we go. Income base has basically been knocked out. It looks like the Ignite Afterburners button has been hit yet again for our Terran. Oh no, spawning pool is going down. This is really bad timing. You know, this is one of those timings that's going to hit just right, and oh my god, the Marauders pick up. They leave just in time. Both players, you can see it, you know, just look at the APM right now. It tells the whole story. They're nervous, they're biting their nails. They're doing everything they can to stay in this game. And I would say the only reason why this orbital command is established right here at this base is due to safety purposes, safety reasons, safety concerns, whatever have you. And if we check the income momentarily, it is still in favor of our Terran mules, OPPP. But of course, that is from 2 orbital commands, not a single orbital command, and this is one of those, you know, 1 in a million games, guys. Checking the supply count, the army count is actually getting slowly but surely in favor of Ichimaruu. If they were to go head-to-head, I feel that Ichimaruu would be the winner of the engagement. And whoa. Even to this point, we actually never had custom shells being researched. Oh, and this is not what the way BK Tropa wants to engage his opponent. Instead he does anyway. His supply is becoming increasingly worse, and there it is. That's the game changer, guys. All these roaches are now belong to Ichimaruu. 23 supply versus, you know, an insurmountable 61 right now. This, you know, league is here. There are spine crawlers. Just one. But I'm feeling that perhaps we're not gonna see. I'm just so inclined to say that we're not gonna see Ichimaruu come close to losing this. One medevac taken down, almost nothing inside of it. 4 medevacs drop down, almost everything inside of them when they do fall. And this hatch is gonna fall. He says, ha ha ha. Okay, well, I guess he could do it with a laugh instead of, you know, doing something super BM. It was one of those nail biters, guys. I really liked what I saw here today. It's one of those games. It really is, guys. So that concludes phase 1 of the Breaker Daily. If you guys would so kindly just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This has been Breaker. I'll see you guys next time.